Should you buy a home in the Tri-Cities? Whether you've never owned a home before or it's been a while since you've purchased, there's a lot you need to know. I've been doing this since 2007, and many things about buying a home are totally different now versus then. Laws change, the market changes, mortgage qualifications are different, and the attitudes of home sellers are nothing like they were just 4 years ago. Besides all the changes in the last several years, many people wonder whether they should even buy a home at all or just rent. This is Scott Henninger with the home team, brokered by eXp Realty. Let's talk about the pros and cons of buying a home right now. So when you're thinking of buying a home in Bristol, Kingsport, or Johnson City, what should you know before jumping into the market? Let's review some of the pros first. Number one, and this is number one for a reason, your overall wealth will increase over time as you build equity in your home. Equity in your home can come from three things: appreciation, which is out of your control, improvements you make to the home, and from just making your payments. So first, let's talk about appreciation. Research by experts and economists that put together CoreLogic's Home Price Index believe that we are going to continue to see an increase in home equity through 2023, averaging around 4%. Based on a $250,000 home, after 6 years of 4% rate, for example, you'd have over $60,000 of appreciation. Of course, you can build equity in your home by making improvements also, but before you tackle a project that you think will make you money, talk to us first. There are many improvements that only give you a 75% return, and we can help you decide which projects make the most sense for your situation. The third way to build equity is by simply making your monthly payments. Now, how is this possible? Owning a home leads to what often is referred to as forced savings. Although the majority of your payment initially is going to be interest, which gives you a big tax break, by the way, all of the principal in your payment is like putting money into a savings account. You're putting a portion of your income into savings every month, but not directly. For example, if you had a $1,500 mortgage payment and the principal portion of that payment was $250, then at the end of the year, you would have put $3,000 of equity into your home. This isn't money that will be affected by the economy or the real estate market. This is real money that you are putting towards the equity of your home. Unfortunately, most people aren't disciplined enough to set aside a portion of their income and earmark it for savings, but when it automatically builds as you make your house payments, you really don't see or think about the money. Number two, tax advantages. Mortgage interest is tax deductible per the IRS code. You can speak to your accountant for more specific information and numbers, but essentially the mortgage interest you pay each year reduces your income by that amount, causing you to owe less tax. And this can be a significant tax savings based on your situation. Number three, rents will continue to rise in our area due to the lack of rental units, and right now there just isn't enough new construction to overcome this shortage. Lack of inventory means prices will continue rising. Number four, you can stabilize your payments. Monthly payments are relatively steady if your loan has a fixed interest rate. On the other hand, your landlord can increase your rent. Number five, you'll have a secure place for you and your family to live and grow. You can also decorate and expand the home in a way that you like to create your dream home. Not so in most cases if you're renting. Number six, gain a sense of community. Homeowners are often more involved in the well-being of their communities, and many homeowners work together for better schools and less crime, for example. Now, I could go on and on about the benefits of homeownership since this is what I've done for a living for so long, but let's talk about the cons. There are always trade-offs. Number one, you need to think about maintenance costs. It takes work and money to keep a home in good condition. It's sort of like your car. If you don't change the oil, the engine won't last. You should set aside money for things like hot water heaters, your heat pump, a new roof, etc. Now, good inspection when you buy a home will give you an idea of how to plan for the major work ahead, though. Number two, it can tie up your cash. Selling a house may not be possible during the first few years of ownership. This, of course, depends on market conditions and your specific finances, but a home isn't a liquid asset like your checking account. If you need your money out and there isn't enough equity to sell, you might need to stay put until there's enough equity built up to cover the cost. Moving is more difficult and complicated since the timeline for selling isn't as cut and dry as the end of a lease is. Number 3, your home can fluctuate in value. Now, there is no guarantee your home will increase in value. In fact, it could decrease at some point. The market hasn't seen any real depreciation since early 2012, but it's possible in the future. Number 4, it obligates your finances. When you buy a home, you are obligated to make that monthly payment no matter what. So it's always a good idea to have some money set aside for a rainy day. So there you have it. Several reasons that buying a home is a smart decision, along with several cons that you need to consider. Buying a home can seem scary, and it's a huge commitment. We understand. But here's what I've told buyers for 15 years. You're going to be paying money to someone for a place to live. Why not pay yourself? Call us here at the Home Team and let us guide you through the process. We take out all the worries and pressure by consulting with you one-on-one so that you can make an informed decision with no pressure from us. This is Scott Henninger with the Home Team, where we're exceeding expectations, whether it's your first home or your last.